everybody, it's George. Welcome back to the channel. Got my sis here. She's helping me break beans. We had a bunch more in this sled, but I took my sled this morning. We picked about 2 bushel beans, and we're working on breaking them and stuff. And I'm gonna give y'all. I don't know if everybody knows how to break beans, but I'm gonna show you how we do it. So give me just a second. Let me set my fat butt down, and I'll get everything lined up, and we'll go from there. See her over there? Hers are breaking them beans. Hey, fellas, she's single.
And not interested.
On the beans, if you find this little hook right here on the end, this is the piece that was hooked to the vine. This here was on the end. If you'll take and just snap that in the direction that it's traveling like this, see how it's hooked this way, pull it down, break the tip of it off and pull it down, it'll pull the full string off this bean. And then you just take and snap it. I like to snap it between the 2 beans, and you end up with that. Put it in your bowl. And these here are a variety called rattlesnake beans. Normally they're twice this size, but where it's been so dry, they're just doing the best they can do. And I'm tickled to have 2 bushel off the first picking. They're calling for rain the end of this week, in the next week. If it'll come 3 or 4 good rains and really soak the ground, they said that, they are to come back on real good again, and I'll get another 2 or 3 bushel off of them. Next year, instead of just doing a 100-foot roll, I'll do a 200-foot roll. But, we're just sitting here breaking beans, talking, and we get done. I will can them. I'll show you how to cold pack them and can them in the canner. And like I said, this is a variety called rattlesnake, and they are heirloom. But you can look, that's not a bad bean. It's bigger than a white half runner. And I know you got a lot out there like Blue Lakes and stuff. It don't have to be strong. But I love to taste these beans. They have a delicious taste. And they grow really well. I got them on a 6-foot fence, and they're probably 4 foot up the fence. And I've got 2 bushel beans off of them. And they will grow up beyond the fence. So, I should get 6 to 8 bushel beans off of that 100-foot row of beans. And if it was a good year, you should get 15 to 20. But it's just, you get what you get. And you just be glad you got what you got, because it could have been nothing. But, if y'all later on, I'm going to try to put out some for seed, so I have extra seed. If somebody wants to start, I can send you, a handful of seeds or something. It's just send me a self-addressed stamped envelope, and something, I don't know, like one of them vanilla envelopes or something. Put it inside of another envelope. Put your address and stuff on it. That way there's no mistakes. Put your stamp on it, and I'll put you 10 or 12 beans in it, 15, 20, whatever. I can divide up how many people want them, and that way y'all can get a start of them too. But trust me, I started out with 15 beans, and I stuck them on about a 30-foot fence and put them about every foot apart. Let them grow up. The first year I didn't harvest a bean, but for seed. And now last year I had almost 25 pounds of seed beans. After I canned all the beans I wanted, I replanted them and got a bunch of seed beans, which I made soup beans with. I cooked and made soup beans with them, and I kept enough that I could give people. I give some of my neighbors seed beans and stuff, give them starts. But if that's something you'd be interested in, let me know. There'll be no charge for them. That's why I'm asking you to send a self-addressed envelope to me. I'll put you some in a baggie, and we'll ship them to you, and that way you'll have a start of them. But these are a real good bean. You do have to string them. You have to tie them up. They're a pole bean. But they got little gray stripes on them. See that? And they say that's supposed to mock the pattern of a rattlesnake. It don't, but that's what they say. The side that has the stripes on it seen sun. The side that didn't was hanging towards the inside. And, if you're interested, let me know. I'll send them as many as I got, or try to give everybody a little start of them. But just let me know. And the address is Mountain Man, P.O. Box 2, Blackwater, Virginia, 24221. If you want to send to get your stuff. And remember, send them recipes. We'll get this recipe book started. If you got canning things that you like to do, like pickles or anything, send a recipe. Send how to do it, and we'll get it in this book. And there'll be no charge for the book except what the cost of the book is, and mailing it to you. I'm not trying to make no money on this. It's just, I like new recipes. I have tons of recipe books and recipe stuff. And, I will put them all in a book so we can have a book of, it may be cooking and canning at the back of it or something, if that's what we have to do. But, we'll get that going. But send in your recipe stuff, people. If you got a good barbecue rub, send that for sure. Because I like smoking me some barbecue. But, let's get this going. And, send me your stuff and we'll get all this running along. I got a bunch of beans to break, and somebody, I won't point the finger at nobody, sitting there going, he's running his mouth and I'm breaking beans, I'll break his neck. You know how those big sisters are. And let me get to breaking beans. When we get these beans broke, we'll get them in a jar and stuff, and we'll get them canned, and we'll talk to y'all just in a little bit. Okay, here's today's run on beans. This pot's about, 3/4 the way full. I'm going to go over here and put them in jars, and we'll get them ready for the pressure canner. But I want to show you how many we got, and they are good-looking beans, and I think they'll make some good tasting beans. I think we're going to take out a bite for dinner, and we're going to start canning them there in just a second, and I'll get all the jar stuff over here and start filling them up. And I'll show you how to do that. But when I fill the jars with beans, I just put water in them and put the lid on them. We'll put them in the pressure canner, and I'll show you how that's done. So give me just a second, and I'll go hunt some jars and stuff, and we'll show you how to put them in jars and all that, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, I brought the beans over here to the sink, and I'm running water in them. And I'm washing them to make sure there ain't no bug poop or whatever on them. We've done debugged all of them for bug bites and stuff. So I'm going to start putting them in jars. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, I'm using these big jars here. These used to be syrup jars. Back in the day, Bob White Syrup come in these jars. Cannon lid does fit them. Remember to check your lid ring or your top to make sure there's no chips or nothing like that in it, so that you'll get a seal. What I do is I just let the beans fall down in there, shake them as I go, and that way you get the maximum amount of beans in that jar. Let them settle in each time, and you just keep going until you get this jar full. I like to leave it, about let me see how these settle out. About there. See how they're kind of up towards the top? And then I will bring the water over here, fill it up, and leave about 1 inch from the top of the jar. Like that. Okay, let me get my burping paddle. I guess that's what it's called. And now we're going to run this down through there just to make sure there's no air trapped in the beans or anything. Okay, and there's not. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put lids on these. Let me get up here in the lid bucket. I keep my lids in these coffee jars, these old coffee things where I've used drunk coffee out of them. And that keeps them clean, keeps everything from being around them, bugging them and stuff. Okay. Now, once again, make sure this top is clean. Put your lid on it. And I'll go over here and get me some rings, which is right behind me here. Okay. We're going to put the lid on this jar. Not tight, but just enough that it's tight. And we'll continue to do this till we get all the jars filled. And then we'll put them in the canner. Okay, I'll be right back with you. Hey, everybody. I want to come back and show you. See this little flat thing here? Where my jars won't fit in my rack where they're so big. I'm going to set it in there, keep the jars off the bottom. And that way I can just set the jars around the canner like we usually do. But they just won't be a rack in there. And they'll still fit tight. See, everything. Well, let's redo this. We're going to work all these jars in here. I said we would, didn't I? Okay. There we go. Now, see, they're all in there. I just don't have the rack we normally use. I will fill it to the normal water level, which is that little groove right there on the bottom, on that side. We'll put the lid on it, and I'll come back and show you the rest of it. Give me just a second. Okay, if you look, we got the water in the pressure canner, and we're going to go ahead and put the lid on it, but we are not going to put the jiggler on it just yet. We're going to go ahead and turn it on. And when we start getting steam out of this, we'll let it steam for about 2 to 3 minutes. We'll put the jiggler on it. We're going to do it at 10 pound of pressure, which is what this jiggler here is set on, is 10 pound. And when it starts steaming good, we'll put this on there and let it go for 1 hour. So when it comes to steaming, I'll come back over here and show you what we do there. And then, you know, there ain't no use sitting here for the next 30, 35 minutes waiting on that pot to come to steam. So we will let this get started. I'll go ahead and can some more beans and get them ready for the next batch. And I'm going to hunt some out for supper. And we'll get back with you just in a little while. We decided that we wanted some of these green beans for supper. Well, I ain't got no streaky meat to put in them, so I'm going to open up a little of this Mountain Gold. Now, I mean, this is the good stuff. This is bacon grease, people. Bacon grease. You got to save your bacon grease. So when you want to put it in green beans and stuff for flavoring, look how the jar don't want him to let it go. I'm telling you, it's so good. Me and this jar's about to have a fight, though. It don't realize. Okay. We got a little of that Mountain Gold in there, boys. Make you smack your kids away from the table. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to put a little pinch of salt in it. And I'm going to turn these babies on, let them cook, and we will have them for supper. And may make us a pan of cornbread. I may break down, eat some bread. We may have us some cornbread. Well, I'm going to let these cook. I'm going to let the pressure canner get back up. But I want to show you we have some of these green beans for supper, too. All righty. I'll be back in a little bit. Hey, everybody. See how this is steaming? I want to let that steam. It's been steaming probably a minute or two, and I'll let it go for, you know, a little bit longer. I want to make sure that there's no air that's trapped in here, that it's all steam. And where did I lay it? Oh, right here. Okay, we're going to put this jiggler on here and let it build pressure. And I want to watch it. I just want it to do a little jiggle like that. I don't want it, you know, I just want it to jiggle a little bit. But once it comes to 10 pounds, it'll start doing that. Look at there. Look at there. Look at there. Tell me, people, that won't be a good supper. That and a big hamburger steak and probably some cornbread. Lord have mercy. Okay, we're watching for this. I got distracted. We want it to jiggle but we don't want it to lose its mind. And remember, we're doing these for 1 hour, 60 minutes. Once that thing there starts jiggling, it's got a little bit of water up here to the top. I'm going to go ahead and catch it and take it off of it. Okay. Well, they said a watch pot in their bowl, so watch this. Look at there. I didn't stir that down. Put that mountain gold right there in it, people. Shh. I just want to torture y'all just a little bit to know that that's what I'm eating for supper right there. Okay, when this thing gets to jiggling, I'll bring you back. Okay, everybody, you see how that's just barely jiggling just a little bit? That's all you need to know that there's 5 pounds of pressure in that. It will jiggle a little more as it gets warmer, and I'll cut it back, but I just don't want it, you know, like jiggling too much. But something that nature there is fine. I wouldn't go a lot over that. And if it gets to where it is, just cut your eye back just a little bit. A little bit is a lot on these. But see how that's just dancing real nice? That's all you need. Now, it's 18 minutes to 2. At 18 minutes to 3, we will take these off. Okay, I'll let you get back to doing what you've done, then I'll come back to you. Okay, this has been jiggling for 1 hour. I'm going to turn it off and let it cool down. Here's the green beans that we're cooking for supper. I'm going to stir them. They're just about ready. We'll get in here and make us a big old pan of cornbread. And I'm thinking about frying a little deer meat, unless you'd rather have that meatloaf we had last night. But, yeah, everything's coming along together good. When this cools off, we'll take the beans out, put more beans in, repeat the process over and over. My battery's dying, so I'm going to cut this video short. But everybody, have a good day. Have a blessed day. Hope this video helps somebody, and we'll see you on the next video.